Excuse me. Alright, let me pull up chat real quick, and then we're gonna get right. Make sure my audio is straight and my phone up. Oh, my phone. Hold on. Yo, what's good, Lars? Divide Marketer. What's good, brother? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Let me make sure my audio is straight. Oh, yeah, we good. Okay, bye. We are set. Let's get right. Because I'm not going to lie, it looked like it might be a setup on Teo. Teo is looking really nice right now. 11 hours and 14 minutes. 6:30. So sometime around 6:30. Okay. I will ignore these. And that's what we're looking at on Teo. Right now we having a nice slow move down. Are we leaving supply above? Let's see. Is my audio good? Let me double check. Okay, audio is perfect. Audio is perfect. Perfecto. So let's actually chop this chart down and see what we have on the lower time frame. So SFP. So this would have been our new range right there. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, Teo looking like the best setup that I've seen, but you can't really trade Teo on breakout. That's the only thing. I'm not gonna be able to get a trade on Teo unless I take it on my live account, which sucks because I'm trying to pass my funded account. Perfect, bet. Appreciate that, Lars. Welcome to the stream. I'm finna just pre-plant potential scenarios that could play out. Mark out POIs for our main crypto trading pairs and our majors. And yeah, go from there. As far as the range pool, we can pull our range from right here. The thing about this is, like, technically speaking, you could say that this is a deviation. This is a deviation already. And if you would have had, like, you got a higher low for a higher high right here. If you would have got 2 consecutive bearish candles, 2 consecutive bullish, and then 2 consecutive bearish, right here, if you had actual valid market structure, you could have said that this was a second tap, this was a third tap, and that this is already confirmed. But because we had such an aggressive move towards the downside without no actual structure, you want to wait for price to grab. You want to wait for price to actually grab this liquidity POI or grab this low to give you that extra conviction in this setup playing out. Because from that standpoint, it's actually valid. Right now, it's not really valid. And this is just considered one deviation. right? We bounce from this demand. Most of the time, price like to come take out that low, that mitigated demand. So we're gonna see what happens, but like we just gotta be patient. The best trade scenario is for us to just continue to come down, leaving lower highs, grab this low, break structure back to bullish. That's our confirmation right there. We go long on that confirmation, stop below the third top, which would be an invalidation, and target the range high for a potential 15% gain. Seeing these aggressive moves right here, it can make you want to FOMO into a long position because we have the idea or the thought that we can't have a full rotation up here. But you want to be patient and just wait for your third top POI to get mitigated. Or we could even sweep this low right here for a potential model 1. All right, if we come down, we sweep this low, and then we break structure back to bullish. That's your confirmation. But main thing is just being patient, waiting for your confirmations. All right, we don't want to predict. We want to react. When the market gives us our confirmation, then we execute. But right now, we're just trying to pre-plan potential scenarios that could play out. Don't mean that it's going to play out. Price could easily just continue dumping, and we never get a confirmation, and you never get your entry confirmation, so you never get trapped. So right now, this is what we have on Teo. I don't like trading view because right now, unless I use like the regular trading view, it's making my lines big, bro. It's annoying. It's not a big deal, but it is to me. It's a big deal to me. Like, y'all see how the lines are small right here? Hold on, let me go to, oh, this is tail. Y'all see how the lines are small right here? But then on this chart, it's kind of thick. Like, that junk, it's irritating me, bro. TradingView has to update this. I don't even want to use Google Chrome. Cause like, bro, it's so irritating, bro. But it's like a small, minor thing, bro. But it don't matter. It's irritating because I don't like it. So I'm gonna use TradingView right now to update these charts. But right now, set y'all alerts on Teo at this liquidity POI, which will be at 357.65, and then we're gonna wait to see if we get a confirmation to go long. I think this is one of the best plays out right now that I can see. If y'all look to the left of us, we did have this nice like V-shaped recovery, very aggressive. And now we having a slow grind down, and then we accumulate, and we showing signs of an accumulation schematic in the making. So this would be the technical target, but because we have nothing but buy side liquidity, we could potentially expect the rotation all the way back up. Actually, let me add money to my live account just in case this gets confirmed. I don't want to miss out on this trade because this looks like a good one. Can't take it on breakout because of the lower time frame. Why can't you take it on breakout? No, you can't take it out on breakout. You can't take it on breakout because it's not on breakout. Like if you look at breakout, they don't have it. Wait, do they have tail? They don't have tail. Oh, they do have tail? Hold on. Oh, wait, they do have tail. I can take it out on breakout. I'm tripping. Earlier, I just remember earlier I had, when it started to break out Discord, and I asked them, like, why can't I use, like, 100, like, for multiple positions? Because I was trying to use, like, my max lev, right? If I get a precise entry, I want to use, like, my max margin on my 100K account, but you only can use 175. This is the max amount, so I can use one position that's 100 and another position that's 75, and it's only risking like probably, I don't even know how much that is. You're not really risking a lot. You can't use your whole entire margin, right? Like if you take a high probability setup on Ethereum, for example, you can use 540, and that's like risking over like $2,000, right? And then you can easily pass your funded account with a 1 to 10, right? 1 to 10 risk to reward setup. So I had to do my research on that. So I just forgot I can't take it on tail. It's just I would prefer not to, because it's like, I mean, I'll take it, but it's like, dang, I can't pass my account on it. But it still would be a good trade, and if it plays out, then Matter of fact, if this actually runs, I could actually still pass it. I could pass my account in one trade if it runs all the way to this high. It might not even have to run to that high. It just depends. But we're gonna see what happens. But yeah, alert set. Let's go ahead and jump into these majors real quick. Update POIs for our majors. Now I haven't been using Bitcoin dominance and confluence with my setups, so I don't think I'm gonna continue using it, because it's just like I don't use it, so why try to force it, If I'm finding setups each and every week and it's playing out, I feel like there's no need to force another major to try to add confluence, because it's just gonna start confusing me. So I'm actually not gonna use that in confluence. But I do use total a little bit, not that much, because total is kind of the same as Bitcoin. This should be USDT. And we're gonna update these charts and get to work. Delete these alerts. I keep an alert on this demand POI. Okay. So as far as total, let's see what's happening on total. Alert set on Teo. We good. On Teo, if we get something like this, if we come down, we actually get a model within a model, like say we sweep this low, we come up, and then we come down, and then we get this. Oh yeah, that's extra confirmation, because you're gonna have your you're gonna have this model, and then you also gonna have this internal model, your 1, your 2, and your 3. So that'll be tough. Hopefully we get something like that. Hopefully Teo don't just leave us right now. If it do, it really ain't too much we can do, because like I said, this could be confirmed, but at the same time, I would prefer if our second tap actually did something like this. If we broke structure and then we came down and created another structured move like this, because then we could have used this. We could have said that this is already a confirmed model. So right here, like I said, if I draw it, you have this. Right? This is your extreme liquidity. This is your extreme sell side liquidity. But we just don't have market structure inside of this leg. If we had market structure inside of this leg and we brought back the bullish, I would say that this is already confirmed. But since it's not, we're just going to be patient and wait for this liquidity to get grabbed, or for model 1. So Teo is clear. We're clear on Teo. We know exactly what we want to see. They do have Teo. Yeah, they do have Teo. My fault. Why do you want to use the whole margin? Do you follow the? Nah. If I'm trading a breakout prop firm and I got a high probability setup like Teo, like this, if it's looking super clean, I'm not risking 1% on this trade, and I don't even think I would be able to risk 1%. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I won't even be able to risk 1%. I probably would be risking like 500 and something. Cause if I get a precise entry, how I think we might get, like say we just get a move down and we get something like this, boom. I want to enter right on that breaker structure with my stop right here. Now if I enter with 175 position size, let me actually pull that up one more time. So Teo, yeah, if I enter with 175 total size, that's not me risking $1,000. on a 100K account, it's gonna be me risking like probably 500, maybe like 300, 600 maybe. But like if it's a setup like this, you don't want to take this with a 1% risk. You want to risk 2%, 3%, and pass your funded account in one trade. Right? You gotta have that. You gotta know when to risk more than 1%. It depends on the setup. Like look at all these lower highs. This is a beautiful return to zone. This is what we look for. We look for something like this. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10, 11, 12. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as you get that confirmation, more than likely we just gonna squeeze. And then on top of that, we might not even stop right here. We might continue going higher because there's nothing but buy side liquidity resting above. So then it's like on my live account, do I want to risk 1% on my live account? No. Certain setups like this, you want to risk 2% because it's a high chance that they play out. And on top of that, if it don't play out, it don't matter because you're able to de-risk your position super quick because of the precise entry, right? All you got to do is wait for that 1 minute breaker structure back to bullish confirmation, and then boom, you got your trade right there. So when it's like that, it's like, oh yeah, let me risk more. That way you say it plays out, then you're up like 10, 15% for the week. You can lose your next 3 trades risking 1% on the next setups that might not be so high probability. As far as total, let's see what's happening on total. Set an alert right there. Set an alert at this high. Okay. Trying to see if we have structure. If we have structure on this leg down. See if we broke structure back to bullish. But I don't see no structure right now. Maybe on the 15-minute. Okay, so on the 15 we do have structure. But we SFP'd. We got an SFP. We broke it right here. Expectational order flow is a higher low for a higher high. We got the higher low for the higher high, but we SFP'd that high. And let's see. Do we have any demand? I like to use my horizontal tool and see where we actually bounce from. What is tail doing? Okay, perfect. Yep. Hold on, I didn't add money to my live account. I'm tripping. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Because I can't miss out on this opportunity. This is good. Like setups like this during the weekend, it sets you up for the week. So like come during the week, you can lose like 2, 3 trades, 4 trades if you want to. Like if it happens, most likely I'm not losing 4 trades to be honest. But like if it ever happens, because I know it might happen, but my win rate is very high. But if it happens, it's like it don't matter because I already made so much during the weekend. So I'm gonna transfer money to my account real quick. 220. I'm gonna add money on my Bitwnix. That way, if we get this trade, all of y'all can take this trade. Whoever in this stream. Got like 4 people in the stream right now, and I'll post it in the VIP entry trade. In the entries trade management. Where's Discord? Okay. Yeah, trade entries management. Bad. Can easily post that here. Boom. Oh wait, that's TCT. Okay. Put TCT in here. Trade entries management. If we get that trade set up, I'm gonna give it out to the entire community. I'm not actually. I'm gonna get this out to the entire community, yo. I'm not gonna just get this to the VIP members. I'll give it to everybody today. That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling generous. So if we get it, I'm gonna give it to everyone. And I think we might get it, but we just gotta be patient and not force it. But if the confirmation presents itself, we execute without hesitation. You can't hesitate when your entry gets confirmed. You gotta take it. So I'm finna add money on my account right now. Give me 1 second. I'll just add. USDT Visa. Boom. See, look, it look like we trying to. It look like it's trying to leave, and it can be like, let me enter long. I don't want to get left, but that's FOMO, fear of missing out. If you have fear of missing out, that means you truly don't believe in your trading, and you don't believe that you can find another setup. Like there's 1,000 setups per week, so I mean not literally, but there's 1,000 setups. There's so many setups that happen during the week, during the month, and you really only need 2 to 3 really good setups in order to make 10%. So it's like, why force anything? Just wait for that setup where it's like, oh yeah, I know it's gonna hit. Okay, I added money to my Bitfinex. So now I'm just gonna pull up Teo. That way, if it does get confirmed, I'm ready to execute. And then we're gonna update these pairs. Appreciate y'all being in the stream though. Lars, Vibe. I will be having like weekly streams. I'm thinking about starting it early. I said I was gonna start either November or December, but really I low-key want to just start my streams ASAP, cause there's so much I can teach y'all, and it's like, bruh, I might as well, you know what I'm saying? Might as well start streaming early. And it look like price want to move up. We came down, we grabbed some sell side liquidity. Like I said, this could be considered a 2 and a 3. And then technically speaking, you was kind of respecting the demand POIs, but we're gonna be patient, because we need to pass this 100K account. We're gonna pass this 100K account. But like, you see how we was respecting demand? We kept respecting it. And now we creating a higher low for a higher high again. But at the same time, if you continue to stack up all this sell side liquidity, eventually you gonna end up coming to take it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see. Be patient. On total though, let's see what's going on total. So we tapped into demand, look like low time frame demand. We broke structure back to bullish. Low time frame, market structure, breaking structure. And now we kind of trying to see a move higher. I think we have supply above. And we're kind of squeezing through it. Tail might be about to leave, low key. I don't know, we'll see. But on USDT or total, we don't really have no high probability range formations right now. No high probability range creations. It's looking like BTC, to be honest. Nothing really interesting to watch. Now USDT, I said that this could be a confirmed distribution schematic. which it very much could be, right? Let's see what's going on. So we would need a break structure back to bears. That would be nice. Add an alert right there. Okay. Can I move this up? I can move it right here. Boom. Because we did come into supply that got created on the move down. We grab this high. So now we can look at that as a LPSY if we get the breaker structure confirmation. If we get the breaker structure confirmation, that confirms a rotation back towards this low. Technically. And then that will result in BTC going higher. I got hella alerts on BTC. Hold on. Let me see. Delete this. What did I just delete? I didn't mean to do that. Delete that. Delete that. Set an alert right here. And this supply POI. And set an alert at this low for potential model 1. Yeah, I gave out a potential 4% trade on BTC, and cause I'm like, if USDT gets a confirmed distribution schematic, bro, more than likely BTC is just gonna rotate towards the upside. I mean, it is going to rotate towards the upside because the correlation is USDT goes down, BTC goes up. But BTC, technically speaking, is not in the confirmed model, right? The way we trade. But just because it's not in the confirmed model, it's like, it don't mean that you can't take the trade, especially if it's something like this where it's like, okay, I can easily put my stop below here, right, as my invalidation and target the high. And your confluence to take this trade is just USDT having a confirmed distribution schematic. And you just risk like 0.5, 1%, and boom. Who cares what happens? You know, it really don't matter. Because it's just one trade. This one trade not going to cause you to go broke or get rich. Unless you over leverage and you blow your account or something. But let's see what happened on BTC. Let me actually break this down a little bit. So we had demand. It looks like we mitigated. Okay, that's not demand. This is demand, and we mitigated it right here. We had demand right here. Oh, we just mitigated this. Okay. Let's go to the 4 hour. And pull back up my chart. My chat. Shout out to everybody in the stream. Appreciate y'all tuning in. If y'all just now joining, we looking at tail for a potential accumulation schematic. Would like for it to happen before we get over here towards 6:30, because if you look at the time displacement between tap 1 and tap 2, we have 11 hours and 17 minutes. So you kind of want it to be within that time frame, which would be somewhere around here. So if we can just simply get a move down, keeping these lower highs intact, and then we get our breaker structure confirmation after sweeping sell side liquidity, extreme sell side liquidity. We enter long with our stop below our third tap, which is our invalidation, and we target the range high. And in this case, if BTC is going to, push higher because USDT is in the distribution schematic, BTC goes higher, tail's going to go higher. more than likely we're gonna rotate all the way up here, maybe towards this high, maybe towards some low time frame supply right here. You could just mark out some POIs for extended take profits. So we got this supply and liquidity POI right here. So this would be a very, very nice trade to start the week off. Easily get a 27% trade. You'll be like, yo, how do you get these high percentage RR setups? Precise entries, you know, precise entries. And then sometimes the market allows you to hold your position for an extended amount of time, right? Depending on what price doing. If we coming down very slow, leaving all these highs, price can easily just squeeze up. Just how it squeezed right here, it can easily do that in a confirmed accumulation schematic, because that means market makers are accumulating right here to push price higher. But we could just come up, tap into this supply, and then reject and create a lower high for a lower low. So it's like you just got to know where you want to take profit at and just be prepared for anything. My funds hit my account, so now I'm good. So let me actually redeem this. Okay. Yeah, but BTC, trying to figure out, do we have any type of, this would be our 2-hour market structure high. This would be a good confirmation if we can rotate up here and break structure. And put an alert right there. That would be nice. I'm gonna get rid of this. Actually see what this volume profile looks like real quick. Okay. Not the cleanest volume profile, but all good. On the hourly. So we don't have 45-minute structure. Okay, we have structure on the 30. So we SFP'd this high. And then we kind of broke structure a little bit, but got a very aggressive break back inside. And then we swept liquidity, tapped into demand. So I would say that's a SFP too. Came down, no structure right there. We have structure again, but we just constantly failing to break the high. Every time we try to break the high, we SFP it, which is not what you want to see if price is intended to go higher. You want to see a convincing break of structure back to bullish. We haven't yet received that yet. Do we have demand below? I don't think we have demand below. I just want to make sure the majors are clear, because the majors is the most important, because the altcoins more than likely gonna follow the majors unless it's like a brand new pair. Okay, so we need to break these highs. Very important in order to confirm a rotation back up. If we constantly continue to just SFP it while leaving all this liquidity below, we're just gonna eventually and come and get all that. So we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Tail has to continue coming lower. It need to continue coming lower slowly though. You don't want to see this right here. This aggressive move down, leaving supply above. We want to continue to mitigate supply the entire time. But BTC is kind of clear. It really ain't too much to look at on BTC. We just got these market structure highs. And yeah, that's about it. Let me actually change these. Set an alert at this low. Oh my gosh. It's not letting me show my alerts. There we go. Okay, at this low, and then set an alert at this high. If I, yeah, we start to break this high aggressively, you can easily enter because we came back, we mitigated demand. We brought structure back to bullish right here. So expectation order flow is a higher low for a higher high. So if we start to break this high aggressively, that could be a confirmation, especially at the same time if USDT start to break this low. If USDT start to break this low at the same time, then you can take the BTC long if you haven't taken it yet, and you could use that as your invalidation, a tight invalidation. Once you get up here, you up like 4%. But we do have a rotation up. Who knows? This could be the low for the week. It's 14 more hours for the week. Oh, about for the month, 21 days for the month. One hour and 15 for the 2 day. For the daily, we got 15 hours. Okay, so that could be the low for the day. That could be the daily low. And then we rotate up. And that low grabbed our previous low liquidity. So we'll see what happens. That's an 18 risk to reward setup. You pass your funded account in one trade. It might be a swing trade though. You might have to be patient. But if it plays out, it's like it don't matter. Because you're going to be able to de-risk quickly. Once you get a move up towards this supply POI, you can just take a partial that's equal to your stop loss or the amount that you risked, because you up 4%, almost 4%. So if you up 4%, just take like a 30% TP. And what would the math be on that? If you up 4 times 30%, yep, you secure 1.2, so you already got your 1% risk plus a little $200. Something slight. So we're gonna keep this open. We're gonna see what happens. Everybody want to be bearish on BTC, but I'm telling you, if USDT gets confirmed, bro, BTC is gonna push higher. It's that simple. So we need to see a confirmation of this low. Okay. Now I can jump into the main crypto trading pairs. Starting off with Ethereum. It's kind of hot. I gotta open my window. Hold on. I'ma then move my stop loss and add to my position on BTC if we get the confirmations. But I don't know about moving the stop loss, because moving your stop loss it still can be riskier, because price could come back one more time and take that low and then go higher. But it's like if we lose this low, it's like we know the model fails, right? If we come all the way down here and we lose this low, especially if it's aggressive, if it's like, and it's aggressive, we know this gonna fail. But price could easily just, come up, confirm it, and then, come back, stop people out, and then come back and go higher. But it's like if price comes down slowly and then we take this low, it's like, okay, it could be because we need a model one. We needed more fuel in order to get the full rotation higher. And market makers wasn't done filling their long positions. And that's cool. And in that case, you probably just get stopped out, but at least you know you gave the trade a actual chance, you know. If you trail your stop loss, maybe trail it higher, but I wouldn't say trail it to this low. I don't know. It just depends. Because like I said, BTC is not a confirmed model, technically speaking. I will only take this long just because of the fact that USDT is in a confirmed distribution schematic. But we're going to see what happens right here. We're going to see if we get a confirmation right here. Do we have demand that's back in? We do have demand also. So we got to be aware of that. Be aware of the demand POI that we could potentially bounce from. If USDT breaks structure back to bearish and disrespect this demand POI, there's nothing but sell side liquidity resting below. So more than likely we have a full rotation towards this demand. When we start to squeeze through this, then yeah, BTC gonna go higher. And we probably end up having a full rotation towards, I mean, probably towards this low, like 4.59 potentially. Or maybe towards this demand. But even getting a rotation towards like the discount section, you will be able to make some good profits on BTC, and you don't even got to hold it until all the way up. And I'm not thinking about the profits, but I'm just thinking about what to do if I start to see certain stuff, or where would I like to start taking partials. But I don't know, we're gonna see. Let me actually move this because we're not in that trade right now. Now Ethereum, go to the lower time frame real quick. Actually clear this chart. This is just a whole bunch of nonsense now. All that is irrelevant. We got a low time frame accumulation schematic that happened at these lows. We have this liquidity POI for a potential actual valid accumulation schematic. We brought structure back to bullish. Expectation order flow is a higher low for a higher high. Pull your range from this low to this high. Because whenever you're in a downtrend, you always pull your range from bottom to top. So we're in a downtrend. Pull your range from the low to the high. This will be your initial range low, your initial range high. You tap into the equilibrium, confirming this as a range. We can pull out our DL tool. As you can see, nice little deviation coming into the DL tool, and I think we probably rejected from some type of supply. And we have some more refined supply above that we potentially could go and tap into. Not the cleanest return to zone so far. We got demand. We do have room for error. Let's see. And we also did distribute up here. And this is the trade that I ended up missing. Which is crazy because I pre-planned it so perfect and I just didn't execute. I did not execute. Wait, was it that one? Or was it over here? It could have been right here. It might have been right here. I think it was this one. Saturday. Nah, it was this one. I pre-planned that so good. Let me double check. See which one it was. It was on November 6th. Okay, so yeah, November 6th. Oh damn, it was over here. It was this trade. I pre-planned this one. This short. Man, bro. So beautiful, bro. When you able to read like price action and know what the market makers are doing, bro, trading becomes so easy. Cause you see how you had this distribution schematic, and then you had an accumulation schematic down here, maybe not tradable, but you can just see like market makers push the price up. Then you come up here, you have another distribution schematic. So if you would have took this one right here, you could have made over like 5%. Taking this one, you could have made over 5%. It's like 2 trades, you got 10%. We aim for 10% in a month, and you already done made your monthly goal just off 2 trades. Very easy, same pattern, you know, same thing. But this one was just a model 1. This was a model 1 where you had your 1, your 2, and your 3. And then this one was a model 2 where you had your 1, your 2, and then your 3, which would just be a lower high for a lower low. Like, man. So we gonna just be patient and wait for those setups, because we know we had the highest chance of being successful when those trades appear. There's no need to force no setups. Why force anything, bro? There's no need. Ethereum look like it's trying to dump right now after mitigating this supply POI. Did we break structure? No structure, confirmation, for real, for real. Kind of having a low time frame model, low key. Hold on. Took a second of bearish, took a second of bullish. Yeah, this is a model in itself. This is a model right here, low key. You got a 1, and then this is your 2, and this is your 3. No confirmation though. But this is good. This showcases market makers stepping in to fill short positions. So we can rotate towards this low. If we can come maybe get a lower high, rotate towards this demand, bounce from here, create some higher lows, come back up, grab liquidity, extreme liquidity. That's our confirmation to go short and target this low. Target this low right here, but it could also come up here for a model 1. But a model 2 would make more sense. A model 2 would be better because we already showing distributive price action. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get the trade on Teo. Teo coming down a little aggressive. Yeah, Teo might not play out. We wanted to see Teo happen, but might not happen. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little too aggressive. We're going to have to. And then you got Ethereum in the confirmed distribution schematic on the lower time frame. It's not really no supply POIs that I can see. Let me see. We have this supply. What is this? Is this actual supply? 5 minute, 3 minute. Okay, so it's a 3-minute structure supply POI. Price could come back and tap into that. I'm gonna go ahead and make this a regular range. And I'm going to extend this towards this high because it looks cleaner. So this is what we're looking at right now. Set an alert at this supply POI. And if we continue to come up slowly and we get our confirmation, we can take this short. What is USDT doing? Like USDT trying to go higher. Looking like it's trying to break structure back to bullish right here. There's nothing but buy side liquidity resting above too. So you can use that in confluence with Ethereum probably going lower. Yeah. Yeah, we just gotta be patient. See if we can get an entry on Ethereum. On Ethereum, all we need is a pullback. If we get a pullback, and then we get our breaker structure, that's our entry. If we get it. It's no telling. If USDT about to break structure, yeah, well, we're gonna see. We will see. Let's see what happens. We got our alert set, so that's all that matters. And let's see if we have a liquidity POI that we can potentially come back for. This will be our liquidity POI, our extreme liquidity. So we can set an alert right there. Yeah. And coming to this liquidity POI would make more sense. Is it gonna happen? I don't know. Cause it look like we dumping. But coming to this liquidity POI would be better. Cause it's closer to our top one. It's closer to this high. So I can move this. Yeah. It'll be like deviating our high once and then coming back inside. Let's check the volume profile. Let's see if USDT close above this high. Still got 30 seconds. What the heck? This could already be confirmed and we could already have a full rotation towards this low. Because technically speaking, like on Teo, how I was saying on Teo, I would prefer like for this second tap to already be confirmed. You can see on Ethereum. Let me fix this chart real quick. So on Ethereum, you can see that we have no structure right here. So this would be your 1, this would be your 2, and then this would be your 3. And you might think this is 1 deviation, and then this is 3, this is 4. But if you look at your market structure, after you deviated that high, you got no structure, right? 2 consecutive bullish candles. Now you need, this is 1 move up, and then 2 consecutive bearish candles. Yeah, you got it right here, but you don't have 2 consecutive bullish candles again. So in reality, this is just one move higher. Because you don't have that 6 candle rule. You got to be able to like see that though. Sometimes it can be hard to see that. The best entry will be coming back for this liquidity POR. It might be too much, but if we get that, that's the best entry for us to go short. Because if you were to enter like right now, with your stop above this high, once we get here, you only up 0.83, which is cool. But I mean, it's a 2% gain. You could take it. It's just you're not gonna be able to de-risk your position. So you just gonna have to hold through drawdown. If we start to pull back, we're gonna see what happens though. It looked like it want to run. And then USDT broke structure back to bullish. Yep. And now we got demand being created on the move down. Protecting price from coming back to that low. Nothing but buy side liquidity resting below. We also grab sell side liquidity down here. And we tapped into demand. So this demand POI should be strong because it's a chain. It's a demand chain. So normally, if we come back, we should get a strong reaction from that second demand chain. If we come back, BTC probably finna go lower. Ethereum probably finna go lower. Look like we getting acceptance inside the volume area high, which indicates a potential full rotation towards the volume area low. I wouldn't give this trade to y'all. I wouldn't tell y'all to enter this, but if you entered it, it's cool. Nothing's wrong. Could still go for model 1. Ethereum still go for model 1. Is that what you're saying? I wouldn't want this to go for a model 1. I would prefer the price to pull back and create a lower high for a lower low. Because technically speaking, this is already confirmed. This is your second tap right here. And this whole entire move is your third tap. This is a confirmed distribution schematic. Ethereum just has ugly distribution schematics sometimes. They don't look the cleanest. So you kind of got to really know, like, you got to really understand market structure. But this is already confirmed right here. Yeah, because this is one model by itself. I'm not gonna tell y'all to enter this trade because it don't give y'all the quickest it don't give y'all the ability to de-risk your position the quickest. When I give out entries, I want y'all to be able to de-risk y'all position. That way, if it is a L or if the trade don't go in our favor, then it's like, okay, cool. We still was able to get a break-even trade or maybe take a small loss because we trailed our stop loss. But right here, it's like it could play out, but you don't have no type of, you don't got no edge for real. When you get those very precise entries, that's part of your edge. When you get those entries like this and you enter on that confirmation, once price push up and then price come back like this and then go higher, you can already de-risk your position, right? Especially if it comes down and tap into demand. Once it go back up, it's like, okay, I can move my stop to break even. And it's a risk-free trade, and that's what we want. We want risk-free trades so we can preserve our capital. But I'm not going to tell y'all to enter this trade Oh, think you meant Teo. Teo came down too fast, but let's see. Teo can be a model 1. You definitely right. You definitely right. It's just like I said, we didn't want to see this move down. You see how we're coming down very aggressive, leaving supply above? That's not what you want to see. We left 2 supply POIs. Normally when price is coming down, creating supply, that indicates bearish momentum. Like the bears is in control. Because they're creating supply. Supply is greater than demand. But when you get that slow grind down like this, leaving buy side liquidity, that's what you want to see. This right here is room for error. We don't want no room for error. You would need to wait for price to break this high. So first you got to squeeze through this supply and break that high. But you can't even enter on the break of structure because you have supply right here. So you have to see what happens right there. And price can come all the way up here to this supply right here and then reject. So it's like, it's so much room for error. It's not clean no more. We want them clean setups. Like, Ethereum is a clean setup right now as far as just overall USDT confirm breaking structure back to bullish. Right, we wanted to see it go lower because we grabbed this high and we wanted to see a breaker structure, but instead we bounced from demand, grabbed sell side liquidity, left buy side liquidity above, broke structure back to bullish. So now that can indicate a change in character. While BTC fell into continue to break the high. Like I told y'all, BTC was I didn't mean to do that. What did I just click? I hate when I click stuff on accident. Sync and layout, no sync. What is that supposed to be? Let me double click. But yeah, you see how BTC constantly just fell in to break the high? Like right here, we failed to break it. We SFP'd it. Right here, we failed to break it. And then boom, we came all the way down, tapped into demand. This demand mitigation and grabbing all this sell side liquidity should be enough to break structure back to bullish, but instead we failed to break it again. And then guess what? We came back up and we got a lower high. This is a lower high for a lower low now. Potentially. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think Ethereum keeps dropping though, honestly. I don't think Ethereum pulls back, but if it do, that'll be nice. But we already kind of got acceptance back inside the range. We actually got a breaker structure right here. I would say the breaker structure is actually, yeah, right here. This is nice. This is a very convincing breaker structure back to bullish. This is what you want to see. Multiple candles closing inside, right? Getting acceptance back inside our volume area high, indicating a full rotation towards the volume area low. This is not a valid demand POI, right? Here it is though. So this is valid. Let's see, is it a 15-minute order block? 10-minute, 5-minute. So it's 5-minute structure demand. These last 3 bearish candles before the aggressive expansion towards the upside, leaving inefficiency. This is some demand that you can potentially look at. But since the volume area low is at the bottom of the demand POI, I wouldn't expect this demand to do too much. Especially with the confluences that we have with our majors right now. This is how you use the majors and confluence with your setups. I wouldn't expect this demand to do anything, to be honest. My honest opinion. Now, if the volume area high was like right here, if it was right here, like, and it's supporting it, right, it's backing it up, then that's a whole different story. That's a whole different story. But since it's down here, I don't think it's gonna do too much. We're gonna see what happens though. This would have been a good trade if you wanted to take it. I wouldn't tell y'all to enter this trade because, like I said, I want to give y'all setups that y'all are able to de-risk quickly. Like Teo, I don't want to look at this no more, right? But you still can. Don't get me wrong. You still can. And we just broke structure back to bearish. Once again, so now this is the high that you would need to wait for price to break. So let's set an alert right here. And we actually grabbed all liquidity now. This is like extreme. So let's see what happens. But honestly, I think this fails, and I think we continue going lower because Ethereum's in a confirmed distribution where we should see a rotation to this low. Did any of y'all enter this trade? Did any of y'all short Ethereum? Be honest. Be honest. Did y'all short Ethereum just now? Or y'all waiting for the pullback to the liquidity POI? For actual valid entry. Well, any entry valid. It just depends on the risk to reward. If the risk to reward is there, it's good. Right here is it's a 2% RR if you would have just waited right here. But it's like 2%. I mean, nothing wrong with 2% if you risk 1%. Nothing wrong with 2%. I'll take a 2% any day. It's just I'm not gonna give y'all this entry. Now, if I was paying attention to Ethereum a little bit earlier, I would have gave y'all. I mean, we really didn't have no valid entry, to be honest. Because looking at market structure, you have this. I don't know if this is considered market structure right here. I think it is though. Yeah, this is considered market structure, to be honest. Because you do have 2 consecutive bearish candles right here. So maybe this is 2-minute market structure. Nope. It's probably valid 30-second though. And then you broke structure back to bearish right there. So this entry would have been nice. Something like this. We got supply being created on the move higher. This is an entry that I would give y'all. I'm not gonna tell y'all to enter a trade right here. I'll enter the trade right there, but I'm not gonna tell y'all to enter it, because if it don't play out, then it's gonna be like, you feel me? I just made them lose money, and I don't want y'all to lose. My whole intention is to make sure that y'all win, make sure everybody wins. So we're just gonna be patient. But like I said, USDT breaking structure back to bullish, nothing but buy side liquidity resting above. Hey man, BTC failing to break the highs, especially after mitigating demand. Right, this demand was created from this aggressive expansion towards the upside right here. This is the actual demand right here, actually. That last bearish candle. This is your more extreme demand. So we can see what happens coming here. Maybe we go and we mitigate that demand down there. But Ethereum is in a confirmed distribution schematic, believe it or not. It just looks sketchy as hell. Hella sketchy. I will actually use this right here, because this is your second tap. So this is your 1, this is your 2, and then this is your 3. And it's just like, you gotta learn you gotta learn price action. Once you learn price action, bro, I'm telling you, you can trade anything, bro. As long as you learn price action and you understand how market makers manipulate price to push it in their direction or desired direction, bro, you can trade models like this. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but I want this to play out. Please play out. I didn't enter this on my live account. I should have entered that jump. It's too late now. I wouldn't enter it on my live account right now. Hell no. Can you show us how a clean volume profile looks? I got you. Let me see if I got a picture. I got you. Give me 1 second. Bruh, I don't know, like, I'm not gonna tell y'all to enter this trade. Am I wrong for that? Chat, let me know if I'm wrong for not telling y'all to enter this trade. Because the RR is a 2%, which is good. But like I said, you're not able to de-risk your position. Like, we don't know if price is going to do this and get a straight move down. And it's like, if you go into drawdown, then you just, you know what I'm saying? The mental game, that's when the mental game starts to kick in. And it's like, but then again, the confluences with USDT breaking structure back to bullish and Bitcoin failing to take the high, that's the confluence that gives you the confidence to enter that trade. So it's like, I could have told y'all, oh, this is a trade that you should enter, but I'm not going to tell y'all to enter that. Like I said, I got to be professional. When I give y'all entries, it has to be good entries, bro, because I don't want y'all to lose. And y'all don't have to lose. I can make sure y'all win, bro. I'm telling you. So we're going to see what happens coming into this demand POI. This is going to be very important, to be honest. I feel like we sliced through it. Especially if we start to break this high right here on USDT. Then this model might fail. And this model failing means we're going to go higher. This model, it might not fail, but we could go higher and we could come all the way up here and sweep this high, or we could create a model 1. Right, we could create a model 1 distribution schematic. But then you got to still remember that on the higher time frame on USDT, we are in a confirmed accumulation schematic. So technically speaking, we should have a rotation up towards 6.77, technically speaking. But when you see a distribution schematic that happens right here, it still can play out and we can just go back down to mitigate more demand before going higher. So you gotta choose your battles, man. You gotta choose your battles on, bro. I'm about to show y'all what a good volume profile looks like though. Keep this on my chart. Let me set an alert right here. I want to see if we break this high aggressively, or do we SFP it? I think we break it aggressively, to be honest. We'll see. Especially if BTC fail to bounce from here and we just like slice through it. I don't think it's no more demand below. It's demand right here and right there. But I don't know. Like I said, BTC not in the confirmed accumulation schematic. It was just a trade idea that could play out. But seeing Ethereum confirm a distribution schematic and USDT failing to break that low, it's like, especially even seeing Teo do this, it's like when you start to see confluences within like different altcoins, like you got a potential accumulation schematic right here that's failing. Like that's why sometimes, bro, I have the highest conviction in certain trades because I have like a Teo that's having a nice potential accumulation schematic, and then I have an Ethereum that has like an ugly distribution schematic model. But you start to get the confluences with the majors, and then you got Teo kind of failing, looking ugly, having aggressive sell-offs, right? No longer having that nice return to zone. And then it's like, okay, I'm gonna prefer to take Ethereum because Ethereum makes more sense. We know if Teo fails, Teo more than likely gonna dump. If this model continues to fail, like, I wish I had an entry for models that fail. But when I see models that fail, like maybe the entry could be it pulling back and then like SFPing that high and breaking structure. And maybe I can use that as an entry and then put my stop loss maybe 1 high or 2 high protected, maybe put it above this high since it's supply right there. And then maybe I could use that as an entry. And maybe say like I could just go for 1 and 2s on these type of plays. And maybe these can give me guaranteed 1 to 2s. I don't know. You know, you gotta. But I mean, that's if you want to have more entry models and stuff. But just trading simple like accumulation and distribution schematics, that's good enough, to be honest. But I want to see what Ethereum does right here. We in London session 2. We know London session could potentially go and take out Asia low too. But that'd be in Forex. That's mostly in Forex, but it could still happen in crypto. But yeah, seeing Teo fell, BTC fell to break the high, and USDT breaking structure back to bullish. That gave me the conviction to enter this Ethereum short. I'm not gonna lie. Even with a 2RR. At first I wasn't gonna enter it, but then it was a 2RR. I'm like, I'll take it. But I'm not gonna tell y'all to enter it. I'm not gonna lie. Because if it don't play out, I'm okay with losing money. But I'm not okay with y'all losing y'all money. All right, let me pull up my photos real quick, and I'm about to see if I can find. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of a good volume profile. I know I have one. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna pull up my photos. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up my Twitter, cause I can just look on Twitter, show y'all what a good volume profile looks like. Hey, none of y'all want to see me in bowling, bro. Hey, y'all do not want to see me. I got a tournament. January 15th, bro, for a 50K account. So I'm about to be bowling. I'm about to be practicing bowling, cause I gotta beat him. I don't like when I get challenged, bro. I'm up for any challenge. Now this is my first day bowling, and this is my first day bowling in years. I swear on everything I love. But somebody just challenged me, and he probably good at bowling, maybe. I don't know, but I'm gonna take that challenge because I'm not backing down from nothing. Especially like, and I gave myself time. Like I got like a month or two, right? I got almost like 2 months to practice, so that's enough time. I can go bowling maybe twice each week, and then watch some YouTube videos on how to make sure I'm consistently bowling, and just it's easy to just put in work. Ain't nothing wrong with putting in a little work. But I'm up for the challenge, man. So I got a tournament coming soon. Okay, what does this volume profile look like? Okay, so this is a good volume profile. I kind of want to look at Ethereum. Let me set an alert right here. It's set an alert right here at this high. Okay. So right here, this is a very good volume profile. So you see how we deviated the volume area low, and then we got acceptance back inside. We kind of played around right here. You got your POC below the equilibrium, this purple line. Whenever your POC is below the equilibrium for a potential accumulation schematic, that's extra confluence. And whenever your volume area high is close to the equilibrium or even below it, that's even more confluence, because it just showcases inefficiency, right? Right here, you got the volume area high kind of right here. So it's like, it's not backed by no supply or nothing, So that's kind of good for an accumulation schematic. Let's see. Right here, you see how you got the volume area low and the POC down here. That's really good. And look what happened. You see price. We came towards this supply, and then we came towards the POC, and we bounced from the POC. That's extra confluence. Let me see if I can see another one. What's this? This was an Aster long. This is not the best. It's not what you want to see for a volume area. But volume area doesn't have to look good. You just use it in confluence. But if you get a setup that gets confirmed, you take that setup no matter what. If it gets confirmed, it's high probability, not really a lot of room for error, you take it. Like this one right here, oh my God, this is perfect. Do you see this? You got the volume area high way up here. You got the POC right here in the volume area high, kind of near the equilibrium. This is what you want to see with that nice return to zone. That's beautiful. Let's see. See if I can find another one. Mm-mm-mm. Also, you want it to be more like you want the volume area to be evenly distributed. You want it to look like, let me show you real quick. Oh, we getting a pullback. You want it to look like what it looked like right now in Ethereum. So you see how it's like kind of just nicely even. You kind of want it to look like that, like a pyramid. You don't want it to be like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You want it to be nice. Now, if you want me to actually draw what it looked like, it looks something like this, right? But this is still nice. This is beautiful. That's what you want to see. You want to just have nice, evenly distributed volume, but within your entire range. That is beautiful. That's what you want it to look like. Whenever it look like that, that's beautiful. And then when you have the inefficiency, when you have the volume area low inside the in the premium section with the volume area high in the POC for a distribution schematic, oh, that's extra confluence right there. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I low key could have told y'all to take this trade, but I would, like I said, bro, I'm not gonna explain myself again, bro. But seeing it play out, it's like, damn. Seeing it like how this aggressive move, I didn't expect this. You know what I'm saying? I can't predict this. Even though the confluences was showing like, okay, it's perfect. USDT mostly because USDT, I was expecting for it to break structure back to bearish after grabbing this liquidity, right? Seeing this as a potential manipulation and then coming down. But because we came down so slow, leaving buy side liquidity, and then we failed to break the low, we got liquidity, tapped into demand, broke structure back to bullish. That indicated that USDT going higher for me and BTC is more than likely going lower. And with BTC going lower, that indicated that this Ethereum distribution schematic was going to go lower and hit the technical target. So we're going to see what happens. But I did enter this trade. I just didn't tell y'all to enter it. Let me see actually when I entered it. I'm going to check. Let me see. See what time I entered this trade. Because I kind of hesitated a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to enter it, but I hesitated. But then I was like, you know what? I'm entering this jump. I just didn't enter it on my live account. I entered it on my breakout account. So I entered this trade. And we're going to see what this demand do. We're going to see if we actually get a crazy bounce from this demand. I'm not expecting a bounce from here. But just because I'm not expecting it don't mean it can't happen. You know, I'm not the market maker. I don't move price. I don't have billions of dollars to move price. All I can do is trade with the market maker. When I see him accumulating and trying to push price and reverse price towards the upside, once I get my confirmation from him, then I take the trade with him. And sometimes I take the trade before the confirmation sometimes, because it's like, bro, I see the same models play out every single day. So when certain stuff start to happen, I just enter right away. Like the previous trade I just took, I didn't wait for the confirmation, but I gave everybody in the community an entry for the confirmation. And I forgot what it was on. I think it was on Teo. It was an accumulation schematic. Oh, it was on Trump. Wait, was it Trump? No, it wasn't Trump. Where is it at? Let me go to my Discord. See how this demand not really doing too much right now? It look like we're going to squeeze through it maybe. Oh, it was Teo. It was Teo. So in Teo, I entered way down here. The confirmation was right here. I didn't wait for this confirmation. I entered way down here because I seen this low time frame accumulation schematic, right? And then I seen that we grabbed extreme liquidity. Once I seen that, I seen everything that I wanted to see with all this buy side liquidity resting above. The only thing that I could have did better with this trade was been more patient and waited. I could have been more patient and not exited my trade, because then I could have made more profits, and that them profits could have been, you know, used as L's for me taking L's later in the week. I could have made an extra 10%. Or I could have managed it differently. I had two positions. I could have closed one right here and then left the other one to get stopped out, right, and profit, or to hit the technical target. So that's risk management, and that's stuff that I can improve on. Like, yeah, I made 10%, but it's like I could have made 15%, 20% just by switching up a few things, like minor things, being more patient, right? But it's like the thing is, it's psychology. It's the mind games that price play on you, because this same type of trade, first off, tap 1 and tap 2 time displacement was way shorter than tap 2 and tap 3. So that was kind of sketchy, all right? Secondly, I was looking at this as a 1, a 2, and then a 3 right here, to where this is the technical target. So it's like I've been in a trade where my actual target was up here, but price ended up coming to here and then fully reversing. So it kind of was like I was scared of giving profits back. I didn't want to give profits back. I didn't want price to come all the way back and stop me out. I wanted to get a payout. So it's like, it's just, you can always improve, you know what I'm saying? Always. Instead, next time I can close one of my positions right here. And then if I want to, my other position, I can close 50% right here. And then I can move my stop loss to in profit and then have my last TP up here. And that's better trade management. I'm able to make more percentage, maybe an extra 3-4%. And that extra 3-4% goes a long way, because that means I can lose the next 3 trades and I'm chilling. Okay, Ethereum is bouncing a little bit. I don't want to use this. Ethereum bouncing from this demand POI. Let's see what happens. We're getting a little small, little tiny bounce right now. See what BTC doing. What is do we have demand that we're rejecting from? But this little 1 minute supply, bro. What the hell? Bruh. If you start to break structure back to bearish. But it's low time frame. You don't really too much gotta worry about certain stuff like this. Like when you in the confirmed model, it's good to just like let the trade play out and not to just continue to try to look for stuff to tell you if your trade is gonna play out or if it's not gonna play out. Like especially if you get like a precise entry, you're able to move your stop loss to break even. Just let the trade play out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just fantasizing, looking back and forth at the majors and all this, you know what I'm saying? It can cause you to close your position too early and, mess up your trade just because you just over analyzing everything, especially on the lower time frame. I'm kind of more advanced and I've been doing it for a long time. But like for a beginner, it's always good to, just enter the trade and let it play out, especially if it's a high probability setup. Especially if you already de-risked your position, like you have nothing to worry about. If you get stopped out at break even, okay, cool, on to the next. You gotta have that mentality. You said both, I think. What you mean both by that? Both what, Lars? I don't know what you mean. Let's see if this actually ends up playing out. If this plays out, that's gonna be crazy. Because this is kind of a model 1. And let's check the volume area. I don't think this will play out. I think Ethereum plays out. Just because it's not clean to me no more. Yeah, this is not clean at all, but hey, we're going to see what happens. Send an alert at this high. I would prefer for this low to get taken out. Oh, when did I enter Ethereum though? Let me see. 148. I entered right here. Bruh. This is a 2RR. Hell nah. With my stop way up there. That's a 2RR. So that's not bad. Well, it's a 1.93. Basically a 2RR. Cause if we come down here, more than likely we gonna continue to go lower. Cause there ain't no demand until we get right here. We have demand right here, but we squeeze through that. Then we have demand right here. And then nothing but liquidity. We got demand down here. Just trying to mark out POIs for extended TPs. This is a little low time frame block. So we gotta be aware of that. Look like Ethereum trying to pull back right now. Let me find out. Let me find out. We finna go long on Teo. Oh, bro. We finna go long on Teo, chat. Oh, broski. Oh, wait. Teo is... Let me find out now. A model 1 on Teo? I don't think so. I'm not doing that, bro. Teo not playing out. Now, Teo could play out. Not gonna lie. So we gotta see if Teo give us the right confirmation. It's like it's so hard to take it now though, cause it's not what I want to see. If I would have seen what I wanted to see, I would be chilling. I'd be like, okay, we can easily take Teo, but I don't see what I want to see on Teo. And with the majors, it's not looking good. Now USDT actually breaking structure after tapping into the supply POI. If we do come down, we want to see either price create a higher low for a higher high right now, or we want to see us bounce from here and go higher. If not, then Teo might play out. So we got to see what happens. But Ethereum getting a pullback, that's regular. That's normal. Price can't just continue to go down forever. Sooner or later, you got to get a lower high for a lower low. That's just price action. Set an alert right here on Teo. Alert set on Teo. We're gonna see what happens. I don't really like Teo, I'm gonna be honest. And if I do enter, I'll put my stop right here, so I can have a tight invalidation. But I don't know, the way it's looking, I was not expecting this bounce right here. But like I said, just because I'm not expecting it don't mean it can't happen. Because it's a lot of people who think price when they create a higher low for a higher high, not knowing that we're in a confirmed distribution schematic. But then again, your tap 2 and your tap 3 is very close. So you can always pull all the way back up and create an actual valid third tap with better time displacement. But I think we just continue going to the technical target. That's what I think, but that's just what I think. I could be wrong. I don't like Teo no more though. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. On the road, on the dead homies. Kalichi, what's good, brother? What you mean on the dead homies? I really want to short Ethereum, bro. But I can't. I gotta be patient. I gotta be disciplined. But I gotta be disciplined. I don't know what's about to happen right now. Shazam. Shazam. Because tail might play out. Who knows? I don't think it's going to play out, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah, we want to see a higher low for a higher high right here. And this just be a temporary move, a temporary rejection from supply. But it's not strong enough to have a price come all the way down. We'll see though. Gotta see what happens. Also, another tip that I can give y'all is this pattern. When you start to see this pattern, like something like this where you grab the low and then you come and you grab that high, but then you come back up and you grab that high once more. But in this case, you didn't. You ended up grabbing the liquidity. When you see this pattern right here, you gotta trade this pattern right here. Like it's basically just it's like a symmetrical triangle, an expanding symmetrical triangle. So it's like price doing this and then doing this. But if you have it to where you deviate the low once and then you deviate the high twice, it's a strong indication that you're gonna have a rotation towards the downside. But if it's vice versa where you deviate the low and then you deviate the high and then you my fault, you deviate the low again. Let me see. You deviate the high, then you deviate the low, and then you deviate the low again. It's a strong indication that you're gonna have a reversal towards that side, towards the upside. But it's an expanding symmetrical triangle pattern. I see it all the time, bro. It's like, man, the more hours y'all get on the chart, bro, the better. You watch DDG, Shazam, bro. Yeah, I watch DDG, bro. I think everybody watched DDG, bro, or at least watched them before. DDG, man, he got some good music too. He be doing his thing, bro. You cannot hate on the man who grinding, who working, who showing up every day. You know what I'm saying? If you hating, then you must ain't got nothing going on. If you got time to hate on another person, bro, you ain't got nothing going on with your life. I don't have time to hate on nobody because I'm too focused trying to improve my life. Make sure I'm straight, make sure my family's straight, make sure my supporters, the people who invest in themselves in my VIP mentorship, I'm trying to make sure y'all straight by giving y'all the best setups possible. Like, I don't got time to hate on another person. But the expanded symmetrical triangle, I think it's basically this right here. This is a symmetrical triangle. This is the expanding symmetrical triangle. This pattern happens all of the time. And it's basically price just grabbing lows. It's basically price going from liquidity to liquidity. But it's like, bro, I see it so often. And once you actually know how to use the actual pattern, bro, it gets so easy. You start to see, like right here. You see how I said you have the range high, you have the range low. And then right here, you end up deviating the low and deviating the high. But I would prefer if it deviated the high first and then deviate the low and then deviate the low once more. And then you can expect a rotation back up towards that deviation from the high. But y'all gotta just, man, y'all gotta get them hours on the charts. It's nothing better than getting them hours. Them hours gonna help you. Now, as far as tail, we're trying to see what's about to happen right here. Because if tail start to look like it's trying to play out, it could play out. We do got nice buy side liquidity. But that means that we need to see something on BTC. And I haven't seen nothing except for price just failing to break the high over and over again. Let me set my alert right here. Get rid of that. But yeah, y'all gotta get them hours on the charts. Start back testing, man. When I started back testing, I got so many hours. Hella hours. But this is my trade idea that I took. Not gonna lie, it's probably better if the stop loss could be right here, to be honest. Because you wouldn't even want price to come all the way back up here. It's like a 3 risk to reward. Because you do have this supply already had got mitigated. Well, never mind. I was gonna say this got mitigated, but I mean it closed below it and then it mitigated it right away and you gotta move down. So you had your close. You had your close below it, and this would have been your supply that you could have pulled. But as you can see, you mitigated it right away, and then got the move down. So in that case, you could already de-risk your position right there. And then you got this liquidity POR right here. Price should not come back up here, unless it want to mitigate this more extreme supply. But it's like, preferably, you wouldn't want to see price have such an aggressive move down to come all the way back up. That's not what you want to see. But just because it's not what you want to see, it don't mean nothing, you know. It could still happen. And whenever you in a trade, like with the trade that I was just telling y'all about, I was on the 60-minute, right? If I would have stayed on the 60-minute, I would have never closed that trade. But since I went to the lower time frame, that's what made me close that trade early and only get a 10% instead of a 20%. Because on the 60, on the hourly, bro, price never created one bullish candle or one bearish candle, right? It had a like almost indecisive candle, a doji candle, but it never created a bearish candle. So sometimes when you're in a position, it's good to stay on the higher time frame, because being on the lower time frame, it can be a lot of noise as far as like just seeing a whole bunch of candles, up and down candles. Okay, so tail look like it might be about to get confirmed, and that's kind of scary. It's kind of scary, bro. Hold on, bro. I don't know about this one. I don't like this. I don't like having to decide and choose. Because to be honest, I want to see Ethereum just flush. Let me see what USDT doing. We failing to break the high right now, which is causing Ethereum to... Do we take tail on this breaker structure? Even though there's room for error right there, if we start to squeeze through it? No. I would just let Ethereum play out. Ethereum the best play to me. I don't know why Teo trying to look like he's trying to come back. Like, let me find out, bro. If Teo plays, I'm gonna be mad as hell. Cause it still has a nice return to zone, but it's like, bro, it ain't worth it. I mean, it got so much room for error, but it's like, dang. Why can we just continue with that slow grind down? Why do we have to have this manipulative, aggressive expansion towards the downside? Sometimes that just has to happen in order for market makers to fill their positions to reverse price. But I still don't like it. I like Ethereum to play out. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, we don't have a wick. Do we have a wick towards the downside? We do. Sometimes you have those. Sometimes you have those trades that just go straight to TP, bro, without playing around, beating around the bush, farting around the bush, whatever you want to call it. Those be the best trades, bro. Like my last few trades on Aster and BNB, bro, prices jumped. BNB, it was a freaking it. The dude Chang Ping or whatever his name is, CZ. He ended up tweeting about Aster. That Aster trade just went straight to TP, and then the BNB trade, I don't know what happened, but I was on my phone. I just seen a crazy aggressive candle right to the TP, bro, in like seconds. That junk is crazy. Those be the best trades, bro. The best feeling. Yeah, we got a little smaller bounce though. We did get a bounce from this demand. Kind of expected because retail gonna think we're gonna get a higher low for a higher high right here. Not understanding that we are in a distribution schematic. But at the same time, hey, it could always fail. It could fail. But I like it. I like it to play out. These are trades that I would take any day of the week. I gotta keep an eye out on Teo. Gotta see what this Teo trade trying to do because it looked like it's trying to do something. But looks can be deceiving. Looks can be deceiving on bro. Plus it's backed. Let me extend this. It's a nice quick deviation. I think Teo plays out low key. I don't know. This is scary. Alright, this is a little scary, chat. Yeah, Teo's starting to scare me a little bit. Oh, bro. All right, what you trying to do, Teo? Let me find out. You trying to do something? Oh, bro. Hold on, bro. Teo trying to get confirmed, bro. Oh, no, bro. No, bro. What's going on, bro? I need to see Teo fail. I need to see this SFP, and I need to see us fail to close above this supply. Cause, bro, it's low key trying to confirm, bro. I don't like this. Hold on. We got demand being created on the move too. Let's see what happens. Teo is confirmed at this point. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Do we take Teo? Because the deviation was very clean. Very clean deviation. We got demand being created on the move up. We just got to see what happens. What happens right now. Because this supply is room for error. And we don't have a wick towards the downside. Normally when you don't have a wick, price end up coming back to fix that wick. I think tail is confirmed at this point. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I wouldn't take it though, but it does look good. Just cause we been pre-planned this, bro. We pre-planned this. Let's see. Entering right now with your stop below here would give you a 3 risk to reward. I don't know. I wouldn't take tail, but tail might play out. It could easily play out. I'm not gonna lie. I would enter tail if we get a reconfirmation. If we come back and tap into the man, I would enter tail. That's the only way though. Yeah, I might. I don't know. Tail looking too clean, bro. Tail looking clean as hell. Let's see what happens. We have this demand right here. We just got to see what happens coming into this demand. I like Ethereum more, but tail is technically confirmed. This is our breaker structure. We got 3 candles closing above. Tail might be the move. I think tail the move, chat. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna take tail. I'm gonna actually take it. I like it because we disrespected this supply POI, which is nice, and that's what you want to see. Oh, excuse me. Tail looks cleaner than what's the name? So we gonna go with tail. 357. All right, chat. We entered tail. I like tail better because we do have a nice return to zone. Plus, we do have all these highs up here. And we've been with pre-planning tail. Oh, sure. I got to put this in the chat. Hold on. Hold on. Personally, would not have the confidence to take this either, seeing it fell too many times. Yeah, but it's just like things change. Like you got to be able to change your opinion quick. Like you got to be able to change your opinion quick. We respected this demand POI on Ethereum. Ethereum didn't have the cleanest return to zone, right? But we know that Ethereum still can play out. But I don't know. USDT rejecting from this demand, this supply, and then creating a lower high for a lower low, breaking structure back to bearish. And Teo just having a clean return to zone. We've been pre-planned Teo. When you see this deviation right here, it's such a like quick deviation. You come outside the range and you get acceptance back inside quick. You get a nice breaker structure confirmation. You disrespect this supply POI right here. You get an acceptance inside the volume area low kinda right now. And there's nothing but buy side liquidity even higher. Like this is you got to be able to change change your thought process or whatever quick. You got to be able to change your opinion or your decision, your conviction. At first it wasn't clean, but it's like it kind of does look clean now. It looks clean. Like yes, this aggressive expansion right here kind of looks scary. That's the thing. That's what's kind of throwing me off. What's throwing me off is just this aggressive move. I would have preferred to have a nice return to zone. That's what I would have preferred. But seeing such a quick deviation and then seeing price have a nice breaker structure confirmation, disrespect this supply POI, right? We didn't just hit this supply and immediately reject. We squeezed through it like it was nothing. And there's people who's selling at this supply POI who getting wrecked right now. So it's like, and plus this was the first initial trade I did. I like this. It's super clean. We came into a demand POI that caused this aggressive move, right? This demand POI caused a 16% move, and then we got a slow grind down, and we reaccumulated. So we know that we could even extend this all the way back up. So this don't have to be a 3% trade. This can be almost a 10% trade. Honestly, I like it. Yeah, I just switched my bias. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. You got to be able to change your bias sometimes in the moment. You got to be able to change your bias in the moment. Excuse me. And right now, my bias changed quick. And y'all might be like, oh, you just FOMOing in, but nah. It's just you see certain stuff, and it's like, yeah, my bias changing. Now, can I be patient and wait for the pullback of this demand? Yes, but it's like this pullback is not guaranteed. Price coming back and tapping into this demand, it's not guaranteed. If it do happen, that's good, but it doesn't have to happen. Oh no, we're gonna see what happens. And Ethereum wasn't like the cleanest setup. It wasn't super clean. Like this one right here, you had nice sell side liquidity. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like you had nice sell side liquidity stacking up. And then if you look at this one over here, you had this. So you had like 4 higher lows. And this one you don't really have. I mean, you had sell side liquidity locally. So you could just come grab that, tap into the man, then reverse. I don't know. We're going to see. Hopefully I made a good decision. Sometimes I make decisions where I change my bias and it mess me up. Sometimes that do happen. But it's like Teo, I don't know. We're going to see. Hopefully me changing my bias wasn't a bad thing. But if it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. But you live to see another day. Oh, bro. You live to see another day. So I'm risking about like 1% on this trade. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna set an alert at this demand POI. Set an alert at this high. Boom. Or not that high. Set an alert at this supply. And this what you would do if you're not on the charts. If you're not like behind the charts and you just enter your trade and then you gotta go to work or something, you set your alert right there and then see what happens, you know. But just let the trade play out. I like Teo now. I don't know. It looks super clean now to me. I don't know, bro. Dang. I hope this was a good decision. Hopefully it was a good decision, bro. Cause Ethereum, I ain't gonna lie, I was confident in Ethereum playing out. I was very confident in Ethereum playing out. But Teo looks super clean, bro. And I know if Teo plays out, we can extend our take profit to at least this liquidity right here. At least. Because we have supply right there, a nice supply POI. And then, let's see. Yeah, we have nothing but buy side liquidity. Like, we can extend it at least, like, and get a 1 to 5 or something. A 1 to 5 is nice. So we long on Teo, on Broski. I'm gonna take it just for the experience with a 0.5 risk. All right, perfect, bro. I hope you ready to hit. I hope you ready to get a winning trade because I like Teo to play out, bro. We've been pre-playing Teo, so it's like we pre-planned Teo, but then we saw Ethereum. In Ethereum, it was kind of like a forced trade, right? It wasn't the cleanest, but we was like, it could play out. Ethereum looks clean. Sometimes Ethereum have ugly setups, but it's like at the same time, this return to zone is just a magnet. Like this buy side liquidity is a magnet. So it's like, I like Teo now. I just changed my bias super quick, and it's good that y'all see this live because this is what you have to do. You have to be able to change your bias dumb quick sometimes. So we're gonna see what happens. I hope Teo plays out so that all of y'all can get this winning trade with me. I really do because that'll be lit. It's gonna be lit if this plays out. I like Teo. Shout out to cause somebody in the Discord actually brought up Teo. Let me see who it was. Let me delete this. My boy Dan Tayton. Oh, D'Antoni. D'Antoni was the one who brought it up, right? Yep. Haha, W guy. W guy, oh bro. W mans. I put eyeballs because it looks super clean. Like when you see this right here, this 1, this 2, it's like, oh yeah. We get a third tap confirmation, boom. That's why I put the eyes because I'm like, I'm finna check it out. If I put our eyes under y'all, if I react with eyeballs, that means, oh yeah, I'm finna go look at this because it look clean. I see something that I like. But we're gonna see if this play out. We don't want to get too excited because it cannot play out, you know. It's a probabilities game. Every trade ain't gonna be a winner, but like you just took this trade with a 0.5 risk, so it's like that's really good. You know, you managing your risk. And if this trade does play out, it's like you still able to make a good, you can make still 5% in a single trade, even with a 0.5 risk, because we know that Teo has potential to expand even like higher, right? We can potentially expand higher. Potentially. Maybe not so high, but at least towards some highs up here maybe. And if it go here, if it go up here, that's a 1 to 6 and you make 3%, but we're gonna see what happens, man. Ethereum did look super clean to me in the moment. But right now, as y'all can see, we bounce from demand and we moving higher. As like I said, USDT, we came up and we rejected from this 1 minute supply. And then we broke structure back to bearish right here. We got this breaker structure confirmation. And then we end up getting a lower high for a lower low. So seeing that, it's like, okay, that changes my bias too right away. Because if we were intended to go higher, we should have just went and swept all buy side liquidity and kept going higher. But instead we rejected from this little 1 minute supply. So I don't know. You just got to be able to change your bias quick. Don't mean that this trade is gonna play out, but hey, I'm long on tail, man. I'm hoping it plays out. All we need is BTC to break this high, get a move up, just a slight move. BTC probably got to touch like 103K, and we make some good profits on tail, but we're gonna see what happens. Main thing is stay patient and let the trade play out. If you enter this trade, just let it play out. Is your full TP at 385.337? My full, I didn't even put a TP on yet. I think this could expand even higher. Let's look at the higher time frame. I think we could expand higher, to be honest. And you see how I was talking about the symmetrical expanded triangle? Y'all see what we have here? We had that symmetrical triangle. You grab the low, you come up, you grab the high. You come down, you grab the low, come up, you grab the high. You come down, this time you don't grab the low. Instead, you tap into the man and you accumulate from there, right? And then this slow grind down gives you the conviction that you could have a rotation all the way back up. So I don't even have a take profit right now, because if I can pass my prop firm challenge in one trade, I'll pass it in one trade with this trade right here. All I need is like a 1 to 10, 1 to 11. And if we rotate all the way back up towards this high, boom, my challenge passed in one trade. But now on my live account, I'm going to hold it too. Shoot. Especially if BTC is going higher, because like I said, I gave y'all a potential 4% trade on BTC. I gave y'all a trade setup where I think I was telling y'all to enter somewhere here, I think. I don't know, which y'all stop down here targeting this high. It was something like this for a potential 4% trade. So right now you would have just been sitting and draw down a little bit. But the only reason I gave out this trade is because USDT, technically speaking, is in a confirmed distribution schematic. So technically speaking, you have your one tap, your two, and then this would be your three. And you broke structure back to bearish right here. After breaking structure back to bearish, expectational order flow is a lower high for a lower low. So we could be seeing that right now. I'm not sure, but you just got to be able to just read the price action that's happening in real time, objectively, from the most objective perspective. And that's what I'm doing, you know. But I'm not always going to be right. That's the thing. See, look at Ethereum. If I never close this trade, I'd be in drawdown right now. It's not worth it, bro. And I'm going to see if I get stopped out. Because if I get stopped out, it's like, damn. I'm going to see if price goes up here and take this high. Because technically speaking, this is your invalidation. So if we take out this high, yeah, this little ugly little model didn't play out. And it's good that I was able to see that in real time, close the trade, and then enter long on tail, like without hesitating. Do it manually? Yeah, you can do it manually, or you can set TPs. If we actually rotate up there, I'm hoping we do. But if we rotate up there, yeah. Let's see what we do. We reject it from here right now. I'm gonna stay on the higher time frame on this one. It's good to stay on the higher time frame. Don't too much be on the 1 minute. But like I said, for Teo, I will pass my if price pushes up, I will still be in this trade on my funded account or on my evaluation on my 100K account. I just wish that I could risk more than 1%. Like I'm only using 70,000 margin. I still got 30,000 margin. So I mean, I could go on Ether. I could have went on Ethereum and opened up a long on Ethereum, right? That would have been like expecting this model to not play out. That would have made me make more money, but I'm good. I'm chilling. I entered on my confirmation that was based on my edge. This was based on my edge, and I seen what I wanted to see, so I took it. The only reason I didn't like it was because this aggressive sell-off, and like I said, I would have preferred if we continued that slow grind down. But this V-shaped recovery, sometimes that's nice. So we're gonna see what happens. We need to get past this supply POI right here. This the most extreme supply POI. If we can break above this high, then I don't think this supply right here does anything significant. Yeah, but for your TP, yeah, you can just do it manually. Just do your TP manually, brother. If you want to close like 70% out, as long as you put your stop loss, that's the main thing. Because price can shoot up in your direction for your TP and just start expanding crazy. And it's like, you're good with not setting a TP because that's just helping you. But if you ain't got your stop loss and price just and you ain't got no stop, you could lose your account. You could liquidate your live account. That's what you want to avoid. So whenever you enter any type of position, always have a stop loss set. And I kind of learned that during that Trump liquidation event. I didn't get affected by that, thankfully. But there is some people who got affected by that. And, it's sad. But it's like a lesson that I still had to learn because I do plan on trading. So right now we just grab liquidity. Set an alert right here. Tail is looking good, baby. Get this trade out to the whole entire community. You looking to run it to this, run this up? Oh, yes. Yes, sir. Look at that trend line liquidity. Like, come on, bro. That's trend line. Like, price should just squeeze up. Especially if BTC start to move up. We should just squeeze up because we're just gonna be liquidating everybody who was short. And when they start to they have their buy stops. When we liquidate them, it should cause a snowball effect towards the upside. Excuse me. And this is how I give y'all these setups every single week. But like I said, it didn't used to be like this. I used to freaking lose so much, bro. I used to lose and lose and lose. Lose, and then after that, lose again. But like after you start taking so many losses, bro, and you start to actually figure out how this market maneuvers and how the market makers maneuver, really, because we really trading with the market makers, the ones with billions of dollars who's able to move price. We're trading with them. right? And it's like it's an algorithm too, time, sessions, like everything goes together, but it takes time to actually, get all that experience. You got to get those hours. Once you get those hours though, man, you be chilling. So yeah, we long on everything, bro. We long. I wish I would have reversed my position instead of closing. I should have closed that bit and reversed it. I would have been up like 2K right now. I'd have been chilling. But that's just me, like that's just like more advanced and trading without my edge. I want to only trade my edge, to be honest. But seeing Teo, I didn't hesitate on this one. If it don't play out, okay, cool. But I wasn't finna like not take this when I already pre-planned this in the first place. This was the first trade that I already pre-planned. And I said that it could go over into a Model 1. And I was like, oh, it looked like Teo not playing out. But then when you see this deviation, like, look at this deviation. This is the deviation. This blue box. That is a very, very quick deviation. Like, this is a what? A 57% move. So you deviated the low and got acceptance back inside. And this is a deviation also. But this deviation was this was a 1.23%, right? So you had a 1.23. Let me do that calculation one more time. A 1.24. And then you got a 56. 1.24 divided by 2. So you got less than half, right? The deviation was way quicker than that deviation between your tap 1 and tap 2. That's even extra confluence. Because what you want to see is those quick deviations. You don't want to see this. When you start to see this, that's market market structure. Right? You want to see when you go into your range, you want price to and then boom. Cause it just showcases the market maker filling his positions to reverse price. So it just experience continuing to show up every single day and just turn them losses into lessons. It's that simple. Turn your losses into lessons. Like if I didn't enter this trade, even if I get stopped out, I still would be mad at myself for not executing on my model. Cause this is my model. This is my entry model. And I seen what I wanted to see. I seen this supply POI get disrespected. We had a very nice aggressive breaker structure at the bullish. The deviation was quick. We got Ethereum bouncing at a demand POI. We have BTC. Well, not really BTC confluence, but USDT, that low time confluence with us rejecting from the supply POI. That 1 minute supply POI breaking structure back to bearish. And we got a lower high for a lower low. Like when I seen price start to come lower, I was like, yeah, this is not what I want to see. I want us to continue going higher and make a higher low. I don't want to see us create a lower high. So it's just like, you got to know what to look for. And now look, this demand getting disrespected. Like I told y'all, whenever you have a demand chain or a supply chain, that second demand creation is supposed to give you the greatest bounce. You're supposed to bounce from that immediately. And now look what happened. We slicing through it. And this how you beat the market. This is how you beat the market. So we're going to see what happens. I hope this tail trade plays out. But like I said, I want to see this high get taken out on Ethereum. I want this alert to go off. If this alert go off, it's going to make me happy. Why? Because I closed my position, didn't hesitate, and then entered long on tail without hesitating. And it's just you got to be quick. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to change your bias in a split second. Because y'all heard me at the beginning of the stream. I'm like, oh yeah, Ethereum going to play out. Ethereum. And then I start to see certain stuff. And I'm like, and I'm hesitating kind of on Teo, and I'm like, I'm entering because it's like I'm not missing out on this, and it's not even a FOMO. Like if I enter way up here, that's a FOMO, right? If I was like, oh, now I'm entering, bro, I done seen enough. That's FOMO, but me entering right here, like let me see where I enter. I'm gonna give y'all my exact entry. Let me go to it real quick. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, shoot, I'm tired. Oh my gosh, did I FOMO into this position? Where did I enter? I entered right here at 359.6. So I entered at 359.6. What? Yo, this candle messed up. 359.4. Okay. I entered at 249. I entered at 249. Yep, right here. This is exactly when I entered. 249. And my entry on breakout, my entry says 59.5. But obviously I didn't enter it on 0.5. It's just because it's not even a 0.5 right here on this candle. Maybe I got slippage or something, but I don't know. But basically I entered at the top of this candle. And on this one I entered at, yeah, it gave me, it pushed my entry up a little bit. I'm going to show y'all the screenshot though real quick. So this is a screenshot of my entry. So I entered at 249. And it says my entry, it says I'm at 359.5, but 359.5 is not even part of this candle. And if I actually show y'all what it says, let's see. Take one more. Well, I did enter 2 positions, so maybe it averaged up. Maybe, I don't know. But you see 59.4, which is not a huge difference, but hey, that's my entry. Yeah, both of my field prices is 59. That's weird. My field prices is 59.4. Here's my field prices. It just put me at 59.5 on breakout for some reason. You said I'll just de-risk and also let it pass my funded account. Yes, facts, Lars. Thank you. That's what you do, brother. Just allow it to give you, because opportunities don't come up like this all the, well, it do come up like this all the time, I ain't gonna lie. But it's like, bro, this is a good opportunity to pass a funded account, you know, in one trade. So just give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? USDT is in a confirmed distribution schematic technically. So just see what happens. If we come here, we start to bounce, then start to take your profit. Start to take profit. But if we slice through this, there's nothing but sell side liquidity until we get down here. So then it's like, okay, let me get myself, you know, I probably can pass my funded account with this trade. So yeah, Ethereum need to get stopped out. I'm gonna be excited, but I'm gonna be happy as hell. Come on, Ethereum. I want this tail to trade to play out though. I'm about to post this on my X. I need everybody to go show love. Oh, bro. Everybody go show love, y'all. Hold on, we finna get right. Beautiful trade idea given out to the community, man. It feels good. I feel good. Bro, this is, see, like, y'all see how I told y'all to enter that trade? But I ain't tell y'all that I entered the Ethereum trade because I know the Ethereum trade wasn't the highest probability. But then this tail trade, I was like, oh, yeah, I entered. I told y'all I entered right away. Because this is the trades that I would prefer to give y'all. Even if it does not play out. Because price can easily just... You know what I'm saying? It can do that. I promise you it can do that. I've seen it happen 1,000 times. So even if it don't play out, it's like, okay, cool. But I would prefer to give y'all this trade idea instead of Ethereum. I would prefer to tell y'all to enter this instead of that. So we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, I have a tight stop loss though. 0.4 at this high. Yeah, this is a 2.99 risk to reward, but we know that we can potentially have a move even higher. All right, y'all go show love. Y'all go show love, chat. Bro. Oh wait, I should have edited that. Hold on. Hold on, Josh. Oh wait. Let me just put a plus in front of it. Potential plus 3%, because that's good. We can potentially make a minimum of 3%, but we extended our target for, you know what I'm saying, to make even more. Y'all show love. Shout out to everybody in the stream. I traded this model on Trump before the liquidation event and passed my eval. Wait, you pass your eval on a bro? No way, you pass your eval on the liquidation event. Bro passes eval while everybody out here struggling, going broke, bankrupt. He over here passing his eval, bro. Hell no, bro. We'll be enemies after that day. No, I'm just playing. That's funny as hell, though. I was not expecting that. Bro said he passed his eval during the liquidation event. That's tough, my guy. That is tough. You tough for that, boy. Trade idea. Give it now. Inside the TDT Discord. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Waiting for confirmations. Yeah, if you struggle with waiting for confirmations, you just gotta keep showing up every day. Yeah. Okay. Let me see who show love. My boy always showing love. Shout to him. Shout to my boy D'Antoni. God dang, boy, we getting an aggressive sell-off right now. I don't like that. Can we go back higher, please? Thank you. Higher low for a higher high? Question mark. We could always go back and tap into this demand. So y'all stick to the plan. We could always fart around, tap into this demand, maybe come back before getting the move higher. So just be patient and let the trade play out. Regardless, we seen everything that we needed to see. Everything. So we just gotta let the trade play out now. What is Ethereum doing? Yeah, we want to fail to break this low on Ethereum. Mm-mm-mm. Stick to the plan, y'all boys. Stick to the plan. We got a PLC right here. Volume area low. Let's just let the trade play out. Now, once you enter the trade, the next thing is about patience. Being patient and allowing the trade to play out. Now, Ethereum, if we see this high get taken out, that's going to be a +1 for us. We see this high get taken out, +1. So we got our alert set at that high. Cause it look like Ethereum trying to go back lower now, so it's like it's kind of sketchy now. It's so sketchy, bro. Hella sketchy. Did BTC break structure though? BTC SFP this high. Not what we want to see. We want to see a break of structure. Let's see what happens. We was looking at this liquidity PL on Ethereum. I still like Teo better though. Oh, it's just Teo just having an aggressive sell off right now. All right, chat. I can't stay on this stream too long. I'm getting tired, bro. I'm about to KO. I'm gonna just wait and see if we get a bounce. If we get a bounce and we look like we in good position and price going back up, then I'm gonna end my stream. Cause it really ain't too much to do except for let the trade play out. Like you really can't move your stop loss or nothing. All you gotta do is just be patient. Now if price come down, mitigate this demand, break structure back to bullish. Then you can move your stop loss and you can trail it from this low to this low. But until then, we gotta let price do what it do. Now Ethereum, it does not look clean no more, but I did say if we grab this liquidity, that would be nice, but this aggressive expansion towards the upside, that's not what you want to see. That is not what you want to see. So I'm gonna stick to the plan. And yeah, if Ethereum ends up going all the way back down and playing out and we get stopped out on Teo, hey man, it's a probabilities game. And yeah, I like Teo. I like this right here, how we don't have a high. You see this candle right here? We don't have a wick towards the upside. I love it when that happens. When you don't have a wick, more than likely price goes back and fixes that wick. So whenever like you in a long position and you see the candle open and the candle goes down right away without creating a wick towards the upside, that's good, because then more than likely it's gonna end up coming back up and fixing that wick and maybe continue going higher. So we're gonna see. I like that though. We just gotta be patient and let price do its thing. We in a good position, bro. I like Teo to play out, man. Everybody just stay patient. Let the trades play out. Let the market do its thing, man. This is one trade. If you manage your risk, it shouldn't be a problem. If you manage your risk on this trade and you risk 1%, if you lose 1%, it ain't gonna hurt. Now it might suck though. I ain't gonna lie. It might suck, but it ain't gonna make you go broke. You ain't gonna lose your evaluation or your funded account. But this is sketchy, boy. It's so sketchy, bruh. I would not enter it though. Personally, me personally, I would not be trying to short. short Ethereum no more. Right here, it was valid. It was valid to short because you had this nice return to zone, right? Locally, you had nice buy side, sell side liquidity. Now you just had this aggressive expansion towards the upside. That's not what you want to see. Teo, we just seeing a move down right now, which is cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Stop some people out who started heavily going long before continuing that move up. I don't know. If y'all want to close y'all position, hey, I would advise y'all to just stick to the plan because in the long run, sticking to the plan is what's going to make you profitable. I always want to stick to the plan, especially when you enter a trade like this. It's like, just stick to the plan. But if you entered on some crazy jump, right? If you entered on something like this, if you entered on this and this was your 1, this was your 2, or this was your 3, and you try to enter right here, bro, yeah, go ahead and close that trade. You try to enter right there, thinking you was for the rotate all the way back up there, like that's not clean, bro. But this right here, this is sideways price action. This is obvious accumulative price action, quick deviations, nice buy side liquidity, supply getting disrespected. We got demand being created on the move up, protecting price from coming towards our stop loss. Like, hey man, this is good. This is what you want to see. So just stick to the plan. And yeah, I'm about to end my stream. I'm about to get some rest, and we'll patiently monitor through the morning. Facts. It's almost 4 o'clock almost. So yeah, hopefully we can continue pushing higher. I like us to push higher. And hopefully New York Open. Gonna look for some Forex plays for New York Open today. But I still gotta put money on my Forex account, bro. Once I pass this evaluation, I'm gonna focus on I'll probably wait till I get a few payouts. Once I get a few payouts from this 100K account, then I'm gonna upgrade my equipment, and then I probably end up being able to start to dive into Forex more. Yeah. Because Ethereum, technically speaking, Ethereum is confirmed still, right? That's why I said we need to take out this high. If we take out this high, that'll give us some more confluence, because that means this model fails. But the fact that we just pulled up like this, if we start to still break structure back to bearish, that could indicate that Ethereum still plays out. And we just had a very aggressive bounce from this demand, and we get a lower high for a lower low. And that's the scary part. Understanding that and knowing that is the scary part. So it's like, but I'm going to just stick to the plan on this Teo trade. And yeah, I advise everybody else to do the same, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on post notifications so y'all don't miss an upload when I post. If this trade plays out, I will be uploading a YouTube video of the trade recap. Probably using this live stream footage. Maybe. Or I might just keep this live stream up. Well, I'm going to keep the live stream up, but I might like make a separate video of me entering Teo at the exact moment and stuff. And just showing people how I switch my bias from Ethereum to Teo if it plays out. But we'll see what happens. I don't want Ethereum to play out. I want Ethereum to take out this high aggressively. I want Ethereum to just maybe reject and then squeeze through here and keep doing something like this maybe. I don't want it to start going down right here, because if it start going down right here, then this could still play out and we could still have a rotation down here. See what USDT doing. USDT, we are on the lower time frame, so you got to remember that. Let me actually zoom out a little bit. BTC failed to take out this high. I do not like this, bro. I hate that. Like, I don't like how BTC failed to break the high. It keep failing to break the high, bro, and that's what's kind of getting me. If it keep failing to break the high, it's like it just shows that sellers are like selling. They're filling their short positions every time we sweep the high. But like we need to break the high aggressively. But we're gonna stick to the plan. I'm about to KO. Shout out to everybody in the stream. I appreciate all of y'all taking this trade with me. Hopefully we wake up to a W. You know, I'm confident that we're gonna wake up to a W. But just because I'm confident does not mean that it's gonna happen. Right? But we managed our risk. We risked 1%. We executed at the time of our confirmation without hesitating. It's a 3% trade. Good risk to reward, right? We ain't enter on no 1 to 1.5 or a 1 to 1. No, we entered on a 1 to 3. If you take 3 trades, that's a 1 to 3. You lose 2, you win 1. You still up 1%. So it's all about risk to reward. It's a probabilities game, right? Every trade not gonna play out. There's a random distribution between wins and losses for any given variables that define an edge. If you study Mark Douglas, and yeah, we did everything that we can do, right? All you can do is control what you can control. Control the variables that you can control. And then after that, you let the market do its thing. So shout out to everybody in the stream. Shout out to everybody in the VIP mentorship. If you did not join the VIP mentorship, make sure you join the VIP mentorship because I'm not always going to give trades out to the community, right? I prefer to give it out to the VIP mentorship because they're investing into themselves. And yeah, I decided to get this one out to the community. Shout out to D'Antoni. He gave out the potential setup. Basically, he made me aware of Teo. And yeah, shout out to D'Antonio. D'Antonio, he's the reason y'all got this setup. All right. Now, would I have seen this setup? Probably. I probably would have seen it because I was finna update all my charts anyways. But because he showed it before I hopped on the charts and seen it, I gave it out to the community. So shout out to him. Y'all show him some love. Y'all say, hey, shout out to D'Antonio, bro. Shout out to D'Antonio, bro. I hope this trade play out, chat. And I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. I'm probably gonna I'm gonna wake up and see what the trade idea doing. I'm gonna just text in the chat. And yeah, we'll go from there. If I got to, I might spark up a stream tomorrow. Who knows? But as of right now, we're just gonna stick to the plan, and we're gonna wake up with either a plus 3% or a negative 1%, and we move on regardless of the outcome. On to the next. It's been your boy Markel Simons, aka K4, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next live stream, or I'm gonna catch y'all in the Discord. Shout out to everybody in the Discord. Shout out to the VIP members. I'm gone. Peace.